What's going on, y'all? It's Huggie Pacino, back with another video. So, I have an untold story of Killer Mike. Now, for those who are watching this that don't know the Killer Mike that I'm talking about, it is the one and only host of the city from Memphis, the original Killer Mike from way back before there was ever a Killer Mike from Atlanta. I just want to preface that because I don't want nobody, getting, misunderstood. So in the thumbnail, you'll see that. Cuz would not like me telling this story. I'm going to tell it because he can't do nothing about it. And it's one of the biggest mistakes of his life. And I'll tell it. So the story, and I promise I wouldn't tell this story, but I can tell it now. So there was a website called Deaf Sounds. This particular rap website was one of the many sites from the mid 2000 era where you could share what you want to say, opinions. You could post your own articles, reviews. We talk about music, and it was like the thing. It was like this was around the MySpace era, and etc. And one of the Grammy Award winning multi-platinum rappers was in that group when he was young as a starving artist, as an up-and-coming artist, by the way. He was in that group. He was in that website, and on that forum, he had one of the craziest mixtapes of that time. This was like 2007. I don't want to give the name away until the end of the video. But yes, he was in the group. He was a big fan of Memphis rap. He was also a big fan of 666. He was right there in the palm of Killer Mike's hand. And I would point out, like, yo, you should get with this dude, man. He's a young guy and he's signed to a label. It's an independent label. He don't have a major deal. You know what I mean? He's going to be the next big thing. I told him that. Cuz was like, he's from the East Coast, man. But he makes music like he has the Southern sound. He's got certain producers. You should go, work for. And he's a Steelers fan, so y'all definitely gonna work out. Cuz did not listen to me at all, and there was once upon a time, out of nowhere, he was listening to a song, and the song was "Say Yeah." He was like, "I told you, cuz that shit ain't." I said, "Cuz, this was just like the warm-up single. This is like something like this is his first deal or whatever." And then he heard Black and Yellow. So now if I'm saying that, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Cuzzo heard Black and Yellow on the radio twice. He said, "Cuz, they said, Wiz Khalifa. Ain't that dude you was telling me about?" I said, "Cuz, yeah, that's him." He said, "Ain't no way in hell that's the same." I said, "Cuz, that's the same dude. I've been telling you about that dude all this time." Of course, you had I'm on My Level, the song with Snoop Dogg, and now he got the song with Snoop Dogg and Short, and now he just took off. Like Black and Yellow was like a worldwide phenomenon. He even became a NFL theme for like the Pittsburgh Steelers or whatnot because he's from Pittsburgh. Yes, Cousin has the Fat Joe effect. For those who don't know the Fat Joe effect, Fat Joe has mentioned and it has been known publicly that Eminem gave him demo records. Fat Joe passed on the opportunity to sign Eminem, and he regrets it till this day. Cuzzo found out that Wiz Khalifa, and of course he tried to reach out to Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa wasn't trying to talk. Not to say that he had an interaction with Wiz Khalifa, but Wiz Khalifa was signed to Atlantic. Wiz Khalifa was taken off, and you couldn't talk to him now. Like he got DJs, he got promoters, he got this, he got that. Like, Cuzzo's fucking sick about that. I ain't gonna lie. I promise I wouldn't tell this story publicly. He wouldn't like me telling this story, but it had to be told. And Cuzzo, one of the biggest mistakes was not having Wiz Khalifa under his wing, because Wiz Khalifa was a big fan of 3 6. he ended up working with Juicy J and Project Pat. Like, this was his dream to do that. He was inspired by us. Man. Like, cause I was sick about that. God rest his soul, man. That's my untold Killer Mike story. It is like 18 years later. He never wanted me to tell that story. You got it.